Welcome to the Wheel Wide channel. On behalf of the team SHAQ, got a very special guest in the building today. Bryan Greenlee, how you doing?
Hey man, I'm doing good. How about yourself, SHAQ?
Doing good. It just seemed like, you my brother, man. So I always got to have you on. We just have such wonderful debates and wonderful topics that we talk about. And I just want to commend you on coming through for the last episode when we talked about Ja Morant. We see that since we actually dropped that episode, we see the punishment that he got. Even though I think it should have been a little bit more punishment than what they did, but the league worked it out and we see the result behind it. So I just want to commend you on that, my brother. But before we get started, y'all know, let's drop that beat. All right. Yeah. So, welcome back to the Wheel Wide channel. On behalf of the team SHAQ. Like I said, I got my brother Bryan here, and I just want to get your opinion. You know, there's a lot that's going on in this world, right? We know that inflation is at an all-time high. We know that everybody is out for $1. Then they're out for not only $1, but they're out for a penny, a nickel, a quarter. Right, 50 cents, 75 cents, all the way up to $1. They are up to it, right? And they will do and they will do anything to get it. But I want to expound on the word no, because one of the viewers hit me up. He was scared to show his face, but one of the things about Wheel Wide, we will address topics, and we will address topics, and we'll address topics to the audience so that they can give their viewpoint on things. But I wanted to get your opinion on something. Growing up, hey, can I have some fruit? Yes. Hey, can I have some cereal? No. The word yes and the word no was drilled in us when we was infants, onto toddlers, onto teenagers, onto adults, right?
Right.
And so that's what I want to talk about, yes versus no, because life today is so hard and so difficult for this viewer. And he was talking about the fact that he always giving out money. He always doing this for his family. And the moment that he says the word no, he become a problem to him. So we know the word yes is defined as just an affirmative response, right? And no is just simply no. We know that yes mean yes and no mean no. In fact, the Bible even says, let your yes mean yes and your no mean no. Right? So whatever you say, you must live up to it. That's one of the reasons why I don't bet, because I must. If I say, hey, these sorry Washington Commanders gonna lose, right? I put $1,500 on it. I gotta pay that $1,500 on it. You gotta live by, die by what you say. Oh, don't tell me you're a Washington Commander fan. Oh, man. Hey, listen, I'm Denver Broncos, man. And we play y'all week 2. But anyway, back on that. I just wanted to get your perspective on that, the word yes versus no. What comes to your mind, and why do people talk bad about when they can't come to their aid or assistance?
You know, that's a very interesting aspect, and I've always had a problem when it comes to people are takers. There's 2 types of people, takers and givers. Life gives to the giver, takes from the takers. And I am very alert when someone is coming to me and asking me for, assistance, financial assistance. And family is one where there's 3 ways I approach this. Number 1, I never give up any money that I'm going to need, that's going to impact me. That includes never, ever, never, ever. Hey, if you are watching this, viewers, never give your bill money or money has been allocated to enhance your life and your children's lives, your family's lives, to someone else that may not do the right things with that money. Okay? And lastly, I only move when the Spirit commands me to move and execute on, whether it's family or friend or foe, a pure stranger out there. So I understand the plight of that young man, that the person, your viewer. And when you give money to someone that doesn't respect you and definitely doesn't respect that the money that you are giving to them, I would definitely, that would be a learning experience. I will never give to that person. I will never give to that person. That's true. Because of the way they responded to me. And you have to set boundaries. I mean, right. What's your take, SHAQ?
I agree. I agree with that. I think setting the boundaries is definitely the goal. I think that, my mother used to always say, when you give it away, before you give it away, look at it, take a look at it for about 2 minutes and realize that if it's above $20, you're not going to get it back. Don't expect for it back. Right. And that always been my mojo behind the whole, giving and taking. A lot of people have to go place, right? They just continue taking. Me personally, I think it's super okay and it's best to say no at all times, because I feel like the relationship is better. You think about it. You got two individuals that live right beside each other, and this individual is well off. This individual is not well off, but this individual work a 9 to 5. Mm-hmm. This individual come through a crunch time, but this individual just don't work, but just living off the money that they have. But their kids love each other. Their family intertwined. They go, they look out for each other. They go on vacations with one another. And then he called, and they realize that they are brothers, right? Let's say they're brothers, or they related, right? Mm-hmm. The kids are related, right? And then you ask me for money. If I know how I feel about money, which most people, I don't know how they feel about a lot of Americans feel about money. They work for it. They grind for it. They work 3 and 4 jobs. I mean, 3 and 4 jobs is only meant for 3 and 4 people. It's not meant for one person. But you got people out here that's working 2 to 3 and 3 to 4 jobs, burning themselves out, not getting absolutely no sleep at all, no rest, burning themselves out, having a wreck, getting on the road, going from job to job, from house to house, paying, getting all this money, going crazy. Rent is at an all-time high. So me personally, I'm going to say no if that person come in. Here's why. Because the relationship is better. I know that you're not going to pay me back. So now we're not talking. Now our kids don't have a chance to play with each other. Now it's tension. So the best thing you can say is no, because the relationship is always better. Mm-hmm. Right? Now, I'm not saying that if somebody get into a crunch time and if I see them trying to help themselves, then yeah, because somebody have gave to me. But respect, I think, and you said it best when you talked about respect. I think people need to respect someone's no, just like you respect somebody else.
It's like you need to respect people's time, talent, and treasure.
Mm-hmm. Right.
People's time, people's talents, and people's treasures.
Okay.
Time, you can't get that back.
Right.
No matter how you try and turn back the hands of time, you will never get it back. Okay.
Right.
So be very careful about where you spend your time.
Right.
Your talents. People know I'm an artist. I do photography. I do a lot of things.
Right.
And a lot of people always ask me for discounts. I would equate your question to the yes and no about giving money to giving my talent. People want, how much of a discount can I get instead of paying me what I'm worth and what I ask for. They always want to try and get a discount on everything. And that's our people.
Right.
Our people will always ask for a discount, but I never see them ask for a discount for a white establishment.
Hold on. What's wrong with asking for a discount though?
No, I have a problem with it because if you value my talent, then you value the price in which I'm telling you in order to get this. This is what's going to cost you.
Okay.
Yeah, I put the time in to learn how to do these things. So therefore, pay me for my time and my talent and my creative style for whatever it is.
Okay, but what if they don't really have the money though? Like we know people out here that just, some people just don't got it. Like what happens if they want to respect your talent, they want to buy your product, they have a little bit of money, so they're trying to, do this. They want to respect you. They're actually supporting you. But what happens if they just don't got it?
Okay, everybody ain't able. I get it, and I understand that.
Right.
That's where the spirit comes in, and I have a conversation with the Lord, and is this something that's going to benefit me by doing this? But we all know we are not going, if we do our business and we do more charity than doing more business, we're not going to be in business for very long. Okay. Then maybe my services, you can't get my services.
So you saying ain't nothing free?
I'm saying respect my talent, my time, and my treasure, and there could be a negotiation. But if you come to me off the bat, off the rip, and asking me for a discount, okay, we never even sat down to discuss what it is that you need. Yeah. What is my prices? We never even gone that route, and you already asking me for a discount. Then maybe I'm not the business you want to try and use. Maybe I could recommend you to someone else.
Right, and I agree with you on that. Just to add, because I have my own fashion line, and I done had people tell me before, man, you just charge too high, man. And I feel like what I'm charging is reasonable, right? But the same people that say that, you'll see them having $300 tennis shoes on. And you in your 30s. You in your 40s. You almost the big 5-0.
Right.
And you rocking Jordans. Somebody that don't even respect what we look like. The person that you wearing don't even respect how he look or where he come from. But you rocking his shoes. And you got a nerve to say, oh man, you charge too much. Mm-hmm. But when y'all go in these stores, y'all don't tell the other side of that. My whole thing is respect my no, just like you respect my yes. I'm not finna write a paper for a student or write a paper for this person, because I teach sometimes on the side.
Okay.
I'm not finna have people just come to me and say, well, I want you to write a resume for me. Okay, cool. Right? I need you to take my final exam for me. If I agree to it, the moment I say yes, that means I must pass it. Not just saying yes and make them fail, but I must pass them because I agreed and I took that affirmative response. So whatever I say yes, I'm going to live up and die by it, but I agree with you, but it just, like I said, it's some people out there that just need to have that reality check to understand that, fee and free is two different things.
They can't coexist in the same place.
But a lot of time people forget that R. They forget that R. They think that R, they don't know how to respect, right? They don't know how to be responsible behind that R. Mm-hmm. When you talk about respect, when you talk about responsible, when you talk about the fact that they don't know how to seek revenue, right? They don't understand the importance of revenue. So I'm not finna sit right here and just allow anybody to play the value of $1. You said it best, time. Time is a very most important asset. And I realize when you talk about time with money, you can actually buy a watch, but you can't buy time.
Mm-hmm.
You can buy a bed, but you can't buy sleep. Right?
True that.
You can even go and buy a doctor, but you can't buy health. So what am I sitting up here going through life or stressing about somebody not paying me? Just say no and keep it moving. I work hard for me and my bills. You work hard for you and your bills. And if you can't pay no bills, go out and get a skill, because skill pay the bill.
So we talked about the yes and the no and how people respond. When people ask me for money, they giving me the authorization to ask them what for. You're allowing me to get into your business. If you're asking me for money, financial support for a particular thing, then you're asking me to get involved or open up the doorway for me to ask you, what do you need it for? What have you been doing? How can we not have this happen again so you can be self-sufficient, independent, and be able to provide for yourself, and you don't need to? Are you wasteful spending? If you don't want me to ask those questions, then you may not need to ask me for financial support.
Yeah, some people when they ask for it, they already telling you what they need it for, though, too, man.
Right. They are telling me what they need it for, but I am asking, well, how come you didn't put this aside? What else is going on? If this is a priority, there's got to be some mismanagement of funds going on. And how do I know this is not going to happen again? And I'm not looking at it as a demeaning way. I'm looking at it as a way, how can I help you make better choices so you can have the funds? I mean, I talk to my children all the time about having crap happens fun, because crap happens. You try and plan for it by putting aside a stash of funds just to fill into the gap of unexpected expenses that happen. And if you're not in the frame of mind of doing that and not living above your expenses, above your means, there are some other underlying issues that's going on if you're asking me for money.
Mm.
And that's how I view this. And I'm not being malicious about it. I'm not being dogmatic about it. I'm trying to help my fellow brothers and sisters be better so that they can be independent, self-sufficient, great Americans, and just be able to live comfortably.
Right.
Like my kids always want to have the stuff now. They want to have the big stuff right now. They want to have the house right now. They want to have the big cars, nice jewelry, the nice this. They want to have it right now.
Mm.
But your income doesn't allow all of that to happen right now.
Right now. Ooh.
You are going to have to put in the grind like I put in the grind. I am 51, will be 52 in August.
Mm.
And I am just now, I've had my house now. My wife and I had our house for 7 years.
Right.
So our first house. So now, so basically, I was in our 40s. We were in our 40s before we got our first house. So we put some grind in to get there.
Right. Right.
So we had to have some expectation management when we're working at McDonald's or we're working at a job that's giving you $10 an hour, or less. Right. Right. So, and I get it. And like I said, I resort back to the Spirit. If the Spirit is moving me to give this money, guess what? I'm getting ready to give it unconditionally, and I'm not going to even move forward because the Spirit told me to do it without question. That's the blessing that's put in your hands. What you do with it is on you, and you got to answer to God because the Spirit told me to move. So now, whatever issues you're having or whatever you do with that money, you're not beholden to me. You're beholden to God. Right. That's my thought. That's my thought process when it comes to saying yes and saying no. And I cannot worry about what people think after I tell them no. I can't.
Right.
I have too much other things in my head
Right.
to worry about in life than to worry about how someone feels because I told them no on money or any one of the three things. My time, my talent, and my treasure. That's how I view that question or that scenario really applies to not just money, but anything that you have. It's like property that you have.
Right.
Can I borrow that TV or that? I don't know why you want to borrow a TV, a camera, or this or that or whatever piece of clothing or whatever it is. Well, first of all, am I going to get it back? How long are you going to have it? And if you break it, are you going to replace it with the value of what I'm giving you?
Right.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Right. Man, Bryan, you just pretty much brought out the solution to basically the viewer answer what he was looking for. And I know you brought up a key fact, and what made it seem so real to me is that I'm always saying this, and the fact that you mentioned the word now. See, people have to realize no just mean no right now, but no don't mean no forever.
That's right.
So if you ask for me something, no, I don't have it. That's just right now. But tomorrow, the next day, the next month, the next minute, the next hour, the next year, it might be a yes. So if it takes a 50 no's to get one yes, then that's what it's all about. So,
and then you talk about from the perspective of the person asking. Right.
Oh, no. I'm talking about like the fact of the matter is that if the individual is asking for something right now, it doesn't mean no just mean no right now. It doesn't mean no forever. Right. So you might go back to that person might, or somebody else, you might be a blessing. That's what I was going to get to.
Okay.
When someone does do something for you, like you said, with the spirit move you to do something, be a blessing to somebody else.
That's right.
Hey, boom, somebody blessed me, so I'm blessing you. And then that person can bless, and then we all can share and reap the fruits of our labor, and we all can have that, hey, can I get some fruit? Right. Yes. Hey, is it more fruit? Yes. Can I have some? Yes. It won't be no. Because we know the greater value behind no. No mean empty. No mean zero, less, subtract, divide, nothing. Right? So be the addition to someone. I hope this episode find the viewers, this viewer. Like I said, I didn't want to take too much of your time. I just wanted to elaborate on that to get this viewer to really, really focus on the importance of yes versus no. Respect my no, just like you respect my yes. Please don't talk about somebody behind their back if they say the word no. They just saying no right now, right? But if you realize and understand that you're asking them for their services, they're not asking for you for your services.
That's right. And one other thing, number one, sometimes people are waiting to see you, the person that's asking, to do something to show that they are trying to improve. Some people do that. I'm saying no right now because I don't see you doing the very thing you say you need the money for. I've seen your track record. I've seen how you act before. Immaturity, mismanagement, whatever it is. I've seen you not be responsible with the money that you do have. Now you're asking me. I feel as though I am a responsible person when it comes down to financial stability. Now you asking me to contribute to your foolery. Maybe people are waiting to see you make a change before they commit to giving you any type of time, talent, or treasure.
Right.
You know, my father, man, I love him to life. I love him to life, and he gave me some hard lessons. I remember one time I was stranded, and this will be the last thing I say. I was stranded. I had a minivan. I had all my kids. The van broke down, and it was the transmission. And at that point in my life, I just spent money picking them up, bringing them to Savannah to spend time with me. And I was just like, man, this transmission was like $4,000. Where am I going to get $4,000 to fix this transmission? I'm just trying to, figure this out. And I reached out to my father. I told him what was going on. His response to me was, let me know how it works out for you. Man, hey, I need some help, man. What are you talking about?
Tough love, man.
And that moment, now I look back on it, he made me figure out the process to get it done.
Mm-hmm. And shout out to our women. Our women get it done. I don't know too much about the men, but our women get it done. They gonna get it done,
right?
Yeah, I don't know about. Today's women gonna get it done. 5 years ago, 10 years ago, women got it extremely done. But when the economy was low, they got it done. They could take $25 and feed their kids for a whole week when the economy was really, really down. But we're seeing more women taking the initiative, taking ownership, taking accountability, and being self-sufficient. And we see more men doing that. All I'm basically saying is there's no traffic in an extra mile. I'm going to say that again. There's no traffic in an extra mile. The key word is extra. If you have a Lexus Mama in front of you, you're on the driveway, expressway, you got a Lexus Mama in front of you, you got an Audi Daddy on the left side of you, you got a Toyota sister on the side of you,
and a Pinto wagon brother on the back right of you.
Right. And you're stuck, and you're just giving, and you're 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 giving. How are you going to move? How are you going to get in that fast lane and go the extra mile? The number one thing you got to do is just say no. Just say no. And when you say no, you will realize that there's no traffic in the extra mile.
I love it.
I appreciate you coming on the show, my brother.
I appreciate you inviting me onto the show.
I appreciate you coming on the show. We can go on and talk about money, time. We can talk about yes versus no. I mean, we can even talk about, the fact that how the government or, and I don't want to get into this because this will start a whole nother ride with military. And I know you military, and I ain't even gonna go because I got a lot of brothers that's military, and I thank them for their service each and every day. But the government taking money from them, they don't trust them. They take it right out of their paycheck, right? But I'm not gonna get into that. But I appreciate you coming on the show, my brother. You always come through and deliver at the right time. I just told somebody that 2 weeks ago that was going through a situation. Focus on God, focus on prayer, focus on grinding, and realize that God is a 11:59 God.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a 12 o'clock God. He's not a 12:01, 12. He's gonna come at the right time. But we have to trust the process and not rush the process. And if you don't have nobody giving you any funds, then you know what to do. Get it done. if you don't have nobody giving you funds, then get it done.
Awesome.
What's next for you, my brother? You got anything planned? I know you do photography and been on the show so many times, but I feel like we just keep connecting, man. I keep running to you, man. Like I was just literally just on the internet. I said, man, what Bryan doing, man? Let's get an episode in. So what's next, man? What you been doing, man? It's been a while.
Oh yeah, well, I've been really putting together our family reunion, which is in August, the first week of August, and we're in the third week, man. We're putting all the ends together, and that has been my main focus for the last few months, is to make sure my family get the very best of what I can give. And there's 6 of us on the committee, including myself. There's 6 of us on the committee, but the family, we haven't had a family reunion. I can't even remember. Okay. So this is my way of giving to my family, and they're going to get the very best. Art, the audio, video, I'm recording it. Photography, I'm giving it all. My wife, she's doing her part with the music, because, if you didn't know, family, my wife's a DJ, so she's providing the music for the event. So it's all in. Okay, so that's been my focus.
Man, I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you have safe travels going back home to your family reunion and getting that done. And I hope everybody can have a good time, and everybody can be in a room where there's a lot of yeses and there's not a lot of takers. But there's a lot of givers.
That's right.
A lot of makers. And so, man, I wish you the best. On behalf of We Are Why, we wish you the best. Continue doing great things to great people, and see how God take you places that you never ever seen. I am SHAQ. We Are Why. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I am SHAQ. We Are Why. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Bryan, you ever heard our song, right? You know our song. You know how it go, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm about to turn this bad boy up. And if you ain't got nothing else, we gonna jig off this beat. I am SHAQ. We Are Why. We out.
Boom.